Hello everyone, welcome to our session today. My name is Chilyn and today it's a little different. We'll be talking about water, drinking water as well as our kidney health. So I believe that everybody pay attention to what we eat, right? Every day because we want to make sure that we are healthy. But similarly, not just eating is important, drinking water is equally important. But how many people actually take care or really look into the kind of water that you're drinking every day? And so today we're going to look deeper into this topic. Now, why do we talk about kidney when we talk about water? Because kidneys' major function is to filter, and what it filters out, it's whatever that is extra in the blood that we want to remove. For example, waste product that is in the blood, excess water, excess mineral, excess salt that we want to remove. All of these are first filtered out by the kidney and turn it into the urine and excreted from the body. And that's why we need kidney, because in terms of detoxification, kidney plays a very, very important role. So where is our kidney situated? So if you put your hand on the back of your waist, both sides of your waist, that is where your kidney sits. We have a pair of kidneys that is of a bean shape. So it works very, very hard every day, because every day on average it can filter up to 1,500 liters of blood and produce 1.5 liter of urine, which is why when people have kidney failure, they have to go for dialysis at least 3 times a week, because the kidney is insufficient to remove or help to filter all these waste product that we're not supposed to have it to accumulate it in the body. Now, looking at the dialysis statistic, we see that there are more and more people becoming a patient of dialysis patient, which means they have kidney failure. And we're looking at this statistics. The top in the chart is actually people in Taiwan, and the third in the chart is Singapore, which means the residents of Singapore has a lot of problem with their kidney, which is why they ended up needing dialysis. So this is not just a problem among the Asian country, but we can also see, United States, Portugal, Greece. All this is a global problem. Okay, and why is it happening? Well, one of the cause or one of the factor that could affect our kidney healthiness of the kidney is um, water, of course, and there are also other factors. Let's look deeper into it. So other causes of kidney failure including diabetes and hypertension, and in fact, when people have poor management of diabetes and hypertension, that is the major cause of most cases whereby the patient ended up having a failing kidney, because the reason is simple, because kidney's function is to filter the blood, and to filter the blood, there are a lot of blood vessels sitting inside the kidney. It's basically an organ filled with blood vessel. Diabetes and hypertension, when it is poorly managed, it will cause problem and damages the blood vessel in our body, which is why most people who have poor management in these two problems, they end up with kidney failure. But a lot of people mistaken it as, if you take medication, it will cause kidney failure. It's not the case, okay? At least not the case of taking diabetes or hypertension medication. It is only when you're not taking it and you're not managing well these two things, you will have a higher chance ending up with a kidney failure. Other problems or other factors also includes gout or kidney stones if it's not managed on time, and then obesity, and of course certain medication may cause damages to the kidney. That is when people use some unknown or not registered traditional medicine herbs where the user is not aware of what are the side effects or whether it's really suitable for that condition in particular. And certain use of painkiller, of course, infection of certain bacteria or viruses can also damage the kidney permanently, which means it is not reversible and you may need to depend on dialysis for the rest of your life if that is the case. So, knowing the cause or possible factors that can contribute to kidney failure, we should also know now how to prevent kidney failure. First, of course, the best prevention is to ensure our blood pressure and our blood sugars are always within the normal levels. Okay. Secondly, is to not use medication or herbs without doctor's prescription. Always ask experts, doctors, or even pharmacists when you have doubt about certain medication or herbs. Thirdly, is to maintain healthy lifestyle. As we have discussed earlier, a lot of kidney problem comes after certain diseases or disorder that is closely related to unhealthy diet. For example, diet high in sodium, high in sugar, high in fat. This can contribute to obesity, giving problem to our blood pressure and blood sugar. So in longer term, things will just escalate and progress into kidney failure. Okay, so it's very important in terms of healthy lifestyle, healthy eating, and finally, drinking adequate water. Because one of the factors that can cause acute kidney failure, especially, is when the person is severely dehydrated, okay, not enough of water, it will cause damages to the kidney. Now, knowing that drinking enough water is important, how much is enough? So basically, we can do calculation according to your body weight in kilogram, multiply with 30 to 35 ml, that is the amount of water you should take a day. So on average, a person needs about 2 liters of water every day. So it can varies according to your body size, your body weight, your physical activities, whether you sweat a lot, whether you're staying indoor more. So that really can be personalized according to your habits or your body. So it is very important to get enough water, not just to prevent kidney problem, but overall it is very important for the body fitness. If you're looking into managing, have a better body weight management, water, sufficient water supply can maintain a healthier metabolic rate, which means people who are dehydrated, their metabolic rate will be lower. If you get enough, then you can help to raise the metabolism. And then, of course, our body is made up of 60 to 70% of water. Each and every single cell in our body needs water. So it is important not just for the kidney as well as other organs. And of course, sufficient water also maintain healthy skin and healthy hair. So that is the importance of drinking water, drinking enough of water. Now, moving away from just about the quantity, do we really look into the quality, whether the water that we are drinking is clean enough, is safe enough? So we're going to look deeper into this. Most of the drinking water nowadays are contaminated, and we can call them also as sick water. But why is water sick? Let's look further in. Sorry. So in the past, of course, water that is not cooked or treated, it is contaminated. But in the past, there were three major types of contaminated water. It contains three major types of contaminants that are found in water. The first one is biological contaminants, bacteria, viruses, and parasite, which is why it is important to make sure water is cooked, right? Secondly, because of the use of organic chemicals that are very common in agriculture or in heavy industrial area, pesticide, herbicides, industrial chemicals that eventually all being washed down to the river, and that's where we get our water. And thirdly is disinfection byproducts. Well, in our daily life, we use a lot of disinfection, right? Disinfectants And the most common ones are THM. One type of this THM is actually chloroform. All of these are to disinfect. So all these things can end up in the water source. This is in the past. But nowadays, there are more additional contaminants that are found, and it's harder to be removed. The fourth one is inorganic minerals and heavy metals. Now, the term inorganic and organic, for people who do not have science and chemical background, this is not the organic food or inorganic food. It's not like that. So basically, when we talk about organic, it means that the things will have it is made up of hydrocarbon. In terms of the structure, we have hydrogen, we have carbon. We also have nitrogen compound, sulfur compound, phosphorus compound. All these are called organic mineral. If it's inorganic, which means those things do not have the presence of any of these elements that I've mentioned earlier. Okay, it's not the organic or inorganic food. But anyways, you don't have to really understand these things, but basically heavy metals, they are inorganic minerals, and nowadays a lot of these water sources are contaminants with heavy metal because of this heavy industrial area, and the common ones are like lead, nitrate, arsenic, all this, mercury. And the worst part about heavy metals is that they can attack our nervous system. So according to studies, things like Alzheimer, Parkinson, all these are our nervous system related disorder, is closely related to contaminants like heavy metals, right? And the fifth one, the second additional contaminant that is very common is remnants from medicine. So because of the use of medicine, all of these things always ended up in the river, and of course from the river to the ocean. So these are unavoidable contaminants. And finally, all the personal care products and synthetic organic chemicals that we frequently use in things like our cleanser, detergent. So all these things all ended up being washed into our water source. So when we compare in that way, okay, the water in the past and the water nowadays, very obviously, water only becomes more and more contaminants. Water is the only thing that the more you wash, the dirtier it becomes. So sick water nowadays is related to a lot of health problems. And from the picture, you can know that it can cause skin problem, and if it's ingested into the body, besides what we have just discussed, it will attack our nervous system. It will also cause problem to our reproductive health, and the drop or the decline in reproductive rate nowadays it could also be related to the contaminants that we are coming in across every day. And besides that, research also shown that when we are exposed to contaminants like so, it will also lower our immune system. And of course, certain heavy metals, for example arsenic, can cause serious immediate damage to our kidney, to our detoxification system. So basically, contaminants will disturb the normal functioning of various human organ system. Okay. Now, because we know there is harm, the water is contaminant, we need to treat it effectively. So previously in the past, okay, when we talk about water treatment, it could be just very basic filtration to remove the sediments, the common organic chemicals, some byproduct from disinfectants. But nowadays, we want to focus on purification, not just filtering, but we want to make sure that water is pure enough and is safe enough because of the additional of biological contaminants, heavy metals, and pharmaceutical drugs remnants that ended up in our water source. So what could be done? We need technology, because all these things are not naturally present, right? So we need to find way to make sure that it is being removed very effectively. And one of the techniques or one of the technology that can be done is by using reverse osmosis purification. Now, under normal circumstances, the more traditional purification system, they can only filter up to about 1 micron or even 0.1 micron. However, up to this size, there are a lot of things that can escape because of their smaller size. For example, if you're talking about virus, you're talking about certain heavy metals, pharmaceutical remnants, and radioactive substances, they can all escape. However, with reverse osmosis reverse osmosis purification system, it can filter up to 0.0001 micron. And what is exactly micron? When we talk about 1 micron, it is 1 millionth of a meter. Where we look into the diameter of our hair, on average human hair is about 50 micron. Okay, that is very small already. However, when we compare it with the RO membrane filtration, it can filter up to 0.0001. So normally, if we're talking about bacterial size, bacteria is about the length of bacteria is about 1 to 10 micron, and maybe in terms of the width, it can go as small as 0.2. So a 0.0001 filtration is good enough, okay, to filter out all this bacteria. And of course, in addition to that, it is also effective in removing things like synthetic chemicals, viruses, and other pharmaceutical or industrial contaminants. So now we know that this technology is RO technology, but where could it be found? And one of the water purification system you can look into is this K200. The design is of a smaller size. It has two functions, that is to give us normal temperature water, room temp water, or hot water. So for this, it's good enough for general use in most of the family. Okay, it has room temp and hot water. For the K400 series, it has an additional function, is that it also provides cold water, which means you don't have to pre-store water in the fridge and wait till it gets cold. You can immediately get cold water from this system. And of course, when we talk about a good quality products, we want to know whether the specialist or the expert endorse it. And in this BioPure K series, we have Mr. Mike Long, and let's hear what he says. So before that, let's understand who is Mr. Michael. And Mr. Michael is actually a master water specialist. He is not just ordinary qualified water specialist. He is of a master level. So Mr. Mike has been in the industry for more than 30 years. He is very experienced in water treatment, and he's a member of Water Quality Association. He's the board of the directors. Okay, so what he says was that he thinks that investing in a BioPure K series is the perfect investment, and it is a basis for great health. Why is that so? Because we know that drinking water is a big part, a huge part of our daily life. We drink more than we eat. So by investing in a good quality water purification system, you are indeed taking care of your health on a very daily and fundamental basis. And just now we talk about the filtration. Of course, in BioPure, it is not just one single step, ordinary filtration. It goes through 5 stages of this RO purification process to make sure that the outcome, the ending part, the final filtered water is really pure and safe. So that is what the water specialist says. So let's think about it, and you will come up with a conclusion whether you agree with him or not. It is a investment, the best investment for great health. It is also a very fundamental one, the basis. Now, moving on, we have a newer series. It's the BioPure N300 series. And let's look at what is the difference between K and N series. So for this N300, it has 5 enhanced features. The first one is it has an extra hot button, and this extra hot function, it is a more convenient way because it can increase the hot water temperature at any time faster, and is even hotter than just the normal hot water function. All right. Secondly, it does not need a no feed water. It doesn't need like a no a feed water alert, which means, okay, under normal circumstances when we have shortage of water, okay, the water filtration system, you will need to manually turn it off to protect the system. However, with these new N300 features, you do not have to worry about it. You will not be alert when there's water shortage, because it can very intelligently, when these water shortage happen, it can protect itself, okay, from the wear and tear because of the pump. Okay, so it is a very, I would say it's like an AI feature. You don't have to do it your own. It is clever enough to protect itself. All right. The third feature, enhanced feature, is the design of the dispensing system. It is improved with better height. You know how sometimes I do struggle when, the filtration system is too small. I couldn't even slot my water bottle in. So that is a struggle. But with this enhanced feature, it is so much better. It can fit taller water container. Okay, so it's definitely a more convenient feature and design. Now the fourth enhanced feature is it has a 100 GPD membrane. With this membrane, it can purify the water even faster. It's 2 times faster in the purification process. So in other words, it can refill the water tank faster, and you can also fill up your water faster because of this enhanced feature. And finally, with its larger design, it can store up to 70-liter storage of water. So it is suitable for family, especially if you have a large family. It is also suitable for commercial setting like an office. And of course, we know that a good product must have certain kind of certification and awards. And for this N300 series, it received the Reader's Digest Gold Trusted Brand Award, Gold Award. And of course, it also is the first Asian Water Quality Association awarded as this gold seal. And of course, a good quality products will receive certification and awards. So for N300 series, it has received this Reader's Digest Gold Trusted Brands Award and the first Asian Water Quality Association S300 Gold Seal. So this gold seal is a kind of certification that you can only get it once you have passed or you have go through a series of very strict and rigorous testing requirement, and you also have to pass an annual manufacturing facilities audits complying to the Water Quality Association's certification scheme in order for you to be certified with this gold seal. All right, so in other words, it means that the product is of very high quality. It is quality assured. Besides that, of course, you getting a good product is great, but when we're talking about a water filtration system, sometimes you may need to maintain it. So after sales service is very important, and here we have a huge and strong support team, RO service and support team to back you up, okay, for the after sales service. And of course, the brand is a trusted brand product by over 300,000 consumer, 3 million consumer who are enjoying purified water every day with BioPure. So as a reminder, although we know that we have two kidneys, a pair of kidneys, we still have to take good care of it. And one of the way is to make sure that the water that you're drinking is clean. And how to make sure that is with an additional filtration system. And BioPure purification system is just like a third kidney. Before the water actually go through both of your kidney, the BioPure purification system has done the first layer for you. It is going to protect you from additional purification process, that is to remove all these contaminants that is unusually, or it's very hard to be removed with traditional ordinary filtration system. All right, so now when we're talking about investing in a purification system, how much do we need to pay for that? We want to protect our kidney, right? If you're investing in this, you're actually protecting your kidney. So how much you need to invest? So if you want to compare in that way, let's talk about ending up having dialysis. Dialysis, you at least have to do for 3 times a week. And each time you go, you have to pay a few hundreds. And so a month, you can easily spend up to 3,000 to 4,000 because of the treatment. But in investing in a purification system, it could be less than a month of this dialysis treatment. You may spend a few thousand, but it is for everybody. It's not just for yourself, it's for your whole family, okay, or for your whole office. So it is definitely a very worthwhile investment. So finally, drinking water is a necessity. Drinking clean water is also very necessary. So in other words, having a purification system is no longer a luxury nowadays, because looking at the water contamination nowadays, installing this water purification system is a necessity. So that is all from me today, and I hope that everybody has a better idea of how to take good care of our kidney, and more knowledge about water purification system, the importance of drinking clean water. And I'll see you next time. Bye.